Now, if I want the dart to withstand the test of time, I need to fix everything going on back here. This part of the wheel well, that's gonna be my first challenge. This profile is one of the main weld points for the new trunk extension, so it's gotta be right. That's where the Cheerios aided design comes in. Just give myself a rough idea. I'm just pinching this down and making a very loose outline of what I'm gonna need. Now that I got a kind of general idea of the shape, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out a little bit smaller chunk, make this easier to work with. Now I wanna tape this in place so I can make the same outline on the underside. Gotta go ahead and make a relief cut here so I can get my template to wrap around this little curve. And I think I'm gonna try to make this here one piece instead of two, the way it is with the pre-bought. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim this just a little bit outside of my preformed lines, so that way when I actually cut my template out of the metal, got a little bit of wiggle room if I need to grind and make it fit. Because as I learned with the last batch, if you cut it out exactly the size, it's probably gonna be too small. So cut it out a little bit bigger, you can always take more metal away. So I went ahead and clipped it off this curve so I could make this piece with something a little bigger. Now I'm gonna make this piece in stages. An oversized rectangle gives me a good starting point. Next, the taping. Oh, crash, boom, bang. Then I can mark the sections that need to be cut off. From there, it's trim, check, repeat as necessary. This might take a while. Now I've got this whole piece made and I've got all my swoops and turns. Very carefully peel it off. Sarah, come off please, sir. Flatten it out. And I have the first half of my template. Now that the lip template is done, I need a second piece for the surrounding area. For this template, I'm gonna go ahead and use masking tape. It sticks to the contours and it'll give me the exact shape that I need to transfer onto the metal. Once again, I'll come in and kind of make some loose drawing lines of where I want my outline to be. I say loose because this ain't easy. Oh yeah, it's like trying to color in kindergarten all over again. Since this is gonna go ahead and wrap down around and then underneath and form a lip, I'm gonna go ahead and, again, loosely mark this. And I'll make a dotted line here that marks my bend and just take that straight over. So the rest of this is gonna get its own replacement piece. So I'm not too worried about that right now. So I can go ahead and peel my tape off. It's one big piece, maybe. Now I can bring it back over here to the table and, you know, color a little less hideously. And it also flattens it out so I know where my curves are. This bottom line pretty much follows where I want it to already, except for this bit needing to be cut off. So then we just snip. And we have the second half of our template. So I can take this guy and cut them out. But I think I want to use that end. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make a quick outline of what I want for my pieces here. And now we just do the same with the masking tape. Ta-da! Now, I will reiterate. This is my first time doing this, so this might not even work at all. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out now. Now I go from cutting wheel to flap disc. That way I can get it shaped just the way I want it. And speaking of getting it shaped just the way I want it, I need to get this to follow this curve right here, because it kind of doesn't. I'm gonna just take my vice grips and do that. I have a body hammer here. You're about right. You can trim all of this down, but this doesn't turn down enough for me. So, I need to go kind of that way. I don't know how well this is gonna work. We might have to do some more cutting. Like I said, I intentionally made this big, so if I need to grind it down, to get it to fit. That's what we're gonna do. Ooh, I got a better idea. I bought this shrinker stretcher set from Harbor Freight. Maybe we can stretch it out and turn it down a little bit. Let's see how that works. So it's definitely starting to turn down, but I can't get far enough into this corner. I want it to turn here, not here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark the back side of this so I know how much to trim down. I went ahead and cut this piece at the wonky spot. That way I can mark this spot, trim it back, and weld it back together. I'm back to trimming with a flap disc. You know, it occurs to me, this is the exact same thing that I had to do with the template. Sweet, that's one half shaped. Now we just gotta do the same thing with this one. I'm gonna save you all the trimming and the initial shaping until we get to these complex curves right here. Then I'll bring you back and we'll figure this shit out. Now that I got this trimmed down, I can take my template and I see I need a straight bend right there. Now again, I got a couple of different ways I can do that. One, I try to stick them in here, use this and just bend it. Or two, we can put them on our little vise here and hammer it over. I think I'm gonna try the first one. Oh yeah, there we go. And just kind of take this and bend it over. There we go. Maybe give it a little, couple little love taps. Oh, that's great right there. Oh, shit. That worked better than, you go away. That actually worked better than I expected. Oh, it's getting dark. Aziz, light. So this here is where this guy goes. Can kind of take and work this around to where I need it to go. It looks like I got to trim a little bit off, a little bit more off here so I can get this where it needs to line up. Or I can, you know, just mash it in there. It'll be fine. Looks like I might have to trim this back a little bit, shape this some. I have an idea for that. Yeah, we're gonna have to take some off of this lower lip. Oops, don't kick the camera, jackass. Went ahead and welded my main piece together. And now I'm getting ready to tack this guy in place. Well, that didn't work. I gotta figure out a better way to hold these together. That'll do. Let's give this a shot. I just want to tack the corner right there. I am not left-handed. I missed the seam. Yay! We've got another learning experience. Notice how that doesn't line up? It's because that was supposed to be welded to this edge. Good job, jackass. I will say this, it was a decent spot weld. And now I just got to get it out. Now that it's unwelded, I'll go ahead and shape it back up. And we'll try this again. Hey, it's the right place. Punch right through. It's mostly okay. It's got a few holes. I warned you I wasn't good at this. But through the magic of grinder, it looks much better. It's not 100% perfect, but I can make that work. Let's just go ahead and weld that bad boy in right there. I think we're good to go. I am gonna have to make another patch for that though. But now that I've done one, hopefully not gonna take as long, and it definitely won't take as long as if I don't film it all. But that's gonna be a mission for tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean 24 days later, because life. And speaking of life, bullshit I say. Bullshit of the highest magnitude. I've dropped the gas tank so I don't blow myself up. Because, well, that would suck. You guys might find it a little entertaining though. I went ahead and made that second patch using the same masking tape method that I used before. And I've also added this joining lip in this extra piece of metal here. Cover this whole rotting out section. Now it's time for the initial fitting to see if my dumbass did this right. Don't think so, but we'll see. Survey says... nope. This didn't quite line up, but hey, that's an easy fix. Yeah, just a little seam there. Let me just push it over, and then we'll just take and tack that bad boy in place. Now let's see if we can how well this piece is gonna stick in there. Oh, that's still a little toasty. Come on, you can, hammer. There's a damn hammer. No, what the hell? No welding the jiggly bit, sir. All right, is it perfect? No. Will we make it work anyway? Yes. And as I'm standing here, extremely happy with myself because, you know, it looks fairly decent for a first time. I've come to realize that my dumbass still hasn't made the lip that runs along here and goes down for this to attach to. So, I'll be back in a minute. Or 50. That's better. I got this bad boy put back together. Got a couple of gaps that I need to fill. But aside from that, I'm pretty happy with my ugly yet functional first complex patches. Now I just get to weld them in. Ah, well, crap. I'm gonna try to bridge this gap with a piece of hanger wire. Boogers! Yeah, so all this, way too thin to weld to. So I kind of did some probing welds to find where the good metal actually was. Now I'm gonna cut all that shit out and, you guessed it, make another patch. Yay. All right, at this point, I'm frustrated and I'm pissed off and I'm gonna take a break. That is my fourth patch. I weld, I grind it down, I see a hole, I go to fill that hole, and I've grinded it down too thin, so it just keeps blowing holes. So yes, I'm done for the night. Yes, you can die in a fire. It's 2 days later, and now that I don't want to throw my welder across the garage, I've taken some time to analyze exactly why this is happening. And I'm fairly sure that this is the source of my problem. I've been cleaning up the metal before I weld for the flap disc, which is taking away too much metal, leaving the clean metal too thin to be able to weld to. And I will also be the first to admit that my heat control sucks. So I've gone back, tested the metal with my hammer, cutting out all the thin parts, and we're gonna try one more patch with a little more care and a little more patience. Trim that down till it's ready to fit, tack it in place. Now for the real test of my patience. Welding it in and maintaining proper heat control. Turn the gas on, moron. So just a quick look here on why the gas is so important. This tack is nice and smooth. Oh, that tack looks like a bag of smashed assholes. That second tack won't hold in the long run. Fortunately, we can grind that bad boy down and do it again. We're doing a little better, except for that guy right there. You know what? Not giving up. Gonna get it right. Well, we've already fucked that up, but we're gonna get it. With a little patience and a lot more boogers, we got that one done. Now I just gotta finish this side. Let cool and back at it. And with some patience, a little rework, a lot of grinding, and what will eventually be some Bondo, we've actually got this bad boy welded in. It's not perfect, but it's strong. It's exactly the solid surface our trunk extension's gonna need to mate to. Not pretty, but it does the job. I'll call that a win. And if you like to see an idiot do metalwork, check out this playlist. What? Hey, what do you want? What? Yeah? Are you sure? I think somebody misses me.